Hi there, David Mocker here. I'm just answering a few questions that came up in a live Q&A session that I did with my brother Jasper based on our Masters of Surf Ski and Downwind Pro courses. And in this section we're dealing with training and drills. And this question, the person asked, define a beginner, advanced and intermediate paddler. I'd say beginner, intermediate and advanced paddler. Define those three different levels of paddling. The obvious way to know the difference between someone who's a beginner, intermediate and advanced is by looking at their stability and how stable they are in their ski. That being said, stability is not necessarily the best definition of if someone is beginner, advanced or intermediate, purely because there are many very experienced paddlers who just are not comfortable or stable in a narrower boat, and they paddle a wider, more stable boat, but these paddlers can pretty much take on any conditions. So I would say the definition of a beginner, intermediate or advanced is really comes down to experience. It comes down to the types of conditions that they can comfortably paddle in. And there's two conditions that dictate your paddling, to you, what you will be doing and how comfortable you're going to be, and that is the waves, if you have to launch in and out through surf, and then it's the wind, what direction it's blowing and how strong it's blowing. And then of course one of the biggest factors in whether you are safe or not is the temperature of the water, or the ambient temperature. Many people have got the luxury of paddling in and out of a coastline where there's no surf, and they never have to really worry about going through a wave break, and that really poses a bit of a problem, because for many people then it's quite easy to get far offshore without any kind of barrier or any kind of skill level on how to control their craft. So they get far offshore and they get into downwind conditions with waves and offshore breaking waves that they can't really control. So this is something to look out for. And you really need to, number one, make sure that you are stable in your craft, and that is the first thing that you want to do. So at a benchmark, if you are not 100% comfortable or stable in your craft, then you shouldn't really be going out way offshore in downwind conditions. You need to be stable first. The second thing is that you need to have experience in remounting your craft and experience in not losing your craft, so knowing to grab your craft if you capsize, and then obviously having some kind of tether and knowing how to use your tether or your leash offshore. And then the last part about that is your fitness. Are you able to, how far can you paddle and how long can you paddle for? So I would guess if I had to define and look at the differences between someone who's beginner or someone who's intermediate or someone who's advanced, at a basic level I would look at how stable they are in their craft, knowing that it's not the only way that you determine someone, so you're looking at stability. Then the second thing is you're looking at their experience level. How well are they able to paddle in and out through surf or through wave breaks, and how are they able to control the ski? Can they be in control? Have they got mastery of the ski? And that's going to allude on to the third way is looking at someone's experience, and or not the experience, looking at somebody's fitness level. How far can they paddle? So if someone comes to me and say they're an experienced paddler but they can only paddle 10 kilometers, I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. I would say that an experienced or an advanced paddler is someone who can comfortably paddle 20 kilometers at least, and up to 30 kilometers. Doing a 30 kilometer paddle is not something that they have a problem with doing necessarily. Where a beginner paddler is going to look at a 5 to 10 kilometer paddle and really have a think about that, and it's going to be quite a challenge. Stability, experience or control of your craft, and fitness or how far someone can paddle. Those are probably three benchmarks that you can use to define those different levels.